Hey everyone, this is Demari. Welcome to my YouTube channel. And today I'm going to be doing the June 2020 monthly tarot reading for the sign of Virgo. Now please keep in mind this is a general reading, so it's not going to apply to each and every one of you. However, you can take a look at this month's reading in regards to your sun, moon, and rising signs. Excuse me, my voice is already cutting out. Excellent. So take a look at your natal chart placement, see the corresponding zodiac signs, and see which titles resonate, the video's title resonates with you most at this time, okay? So just to let you know, I'll be pulling from the Wild Unknown Tarot, and then I'll be getting further clarification using the Rider-Waite deck. And we'll be using a Celtic Cross style spread as we usually do on this channel for the monthly reads. So, without further ado, let's get into it and do a couple more quick shuffles. I've already pre-shuffled the cards, but I will do a couple more on camera. So I just want to say a quick thank you to everyone who has liked, commented, and subscribed so far and shared my videos. It means the absolute world to me to have your support and to see that you find them useful in some way. So thank you so much for being a part of this growing online community. If you haven't subscribed already, please do, because I'd love to see you around. I always check out all of the comments that I receive, and I'm always open to communicating and connecting with new people on social media. So you can find my channels there on the page also, okay? On my actual channel, you can find all my social media links. So come and say hi. Lastly, I just want to say thank you to everyone who tuned in for my live discussion with fellow tarot reader Natalie of Nature's Galaxy. That was awesome. I had a lot of fun hosting that live session on Instagram. I have also formatted and uploaded the video on YouTube, so you can watch it here on the channel also if you haven't seen it already. And the replay is also available on IGTV too. So we'll be doing another live session very soon. I'll also be posting other videos on the channel in regards to subjects of a spiritual matter and of course psychological aspects and tarot. So do stay tuned for announcements on those videos. Okay, so let's see what's going on for you in the month of June, Virgo. Now, each reading I've done so far for this month has been pretty intense. There's been a lot of changes coming up for people. As we are aware, there's multiple shifts going on, even when it comes to planetary alignments. We have several planets in retrograde. We have, was it Mercury or Jupiter that's also going in, I think it's Mercury that's going in retrograde this month also. So there's a lot of activity going on right now. It's affecting us in multiple different ways. There's a lot of things coming up from the past to be resolved. So don't be surprised if there's some aspects or things from the past that were not addressed, not healed, or you didn't have the closure that was needed, ends up coming up in your readings, okay? Because it's that kind of energy that we're seeing at this time. But it's good. It's all for the purpose of allowing us to, you know, destroy toxic cycles, end toxic cycles, you know, destroy detrimental behaviors, thought processes, and patterns that no longer serve, and move towards a new way of communicating and functioning, right? So let's see, Virgo. In regards to your present circumstances, you have the Two of Wands, okay? So this is fire energy, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. I feel like, yeah, you're having to revisit your past because there's some circumstances that made you feel powerless, that made you feel like it made you feel like you couldn't stand on your own 2 feet. Does that make sense? That's just what came through then. Like, it made you feel like you couldn't stand on your own 2 feet. There was some circumstance or some connection that really knocked the wind out of your sails and made you feel incapable. It made you feel like you couldn't move forward, you couldn't progress, that you couldn't, like I said, stand on your own 2 feet. And it's not that you're not self-sufficient. It's nothing to do with that. But it's just this energy like, how can I move forward? Like, this is really taken me aback and I don't know how to get back up again. It's that kind of energy. So we'll have a look. In regards to your challenge, you have the Sun of Swords. Okay, so this is the Knight of Swords, air energy, Gemini, Libra and Aquarius. Yeah, you're having to learn when to take a stand, when to take a stance, to get back up even when it feels like the most impossible thing in the world, the most challenging thing in the world. You're like, how can I possibly do that? Like, I don't even know where to begin. Like, you may be experiencing some really low moods lately, low on energy. You may have even been slowly coming out of depression or still dealing with that. But I feel like the challenge here for you is to stand up again, is to pick yourself up, to keep on fighting, moving forward, okay? Getting back into your energy, your true energy. And it is a challenge. That's why it's in this position, right? It's not going to be easy, you know, especially if you are dealing with depression. Anyone that tells you that it's easy to get back up again clearly has no idea what it's actually like. It is incredibly challenging. It can be one of the hardest things that a person has to deal with, right? Even though it's something within their own energy field, within their own mind, right? But it's incredibly challenging. So while it's not going to be easy, it is absolutely within your ability to do that, okay? So that's the important thing to be aware of. In regards to your recent past, you have the Five of Pentacles. So this is your energy, okay, along with Taurus and Capricorn. So yeah, there was something that really disappointed you, that really broke your heart, actually. There was something in the past that you experienced, you navigated through, that was heart-wrenching, that made you feel feelings of loss, abandonment, of neglect, feeling like you wasn't worthy enough to stick around for, you wasn't worthy enough to hold on to. That someone just let you go without a second glimpse, you know, without even considering the consequences. And that broke you. I feel like that really broke your heart. And you've been trying to mend yourself ever since then, but every now and then you kind of fall back into this slump, because it is difficult. And because when you're in that energy, when your mindset is, you know, feeding all of these negative feelings and thoughts, right? When you're getting into this space of, you know, getting caught up in negative thoughts, it's hard to get yourself into a mindset where you're like, okay, this is temporary. I know it sucks right now, you know, and really pick your mood up. It's almost impossible to do that when you're trapped in that, you know, energy field and that mindset. But I feel like you're slowly trying to come out of it now, because the worst is already behind you with regards to this. This is just a part of the process of moving past this, right? In regards to your near future, you have the Wheel of Fortune. So this is what I'm talking about. Change is coming, right? So while you may have been stuck in that energy for some time, you might have found it really difficult to release yourself from the past, what happened in the past, where you experienced the feelings that have been lingering since this event took place. Things are changing, you know, even how you feel is changing. You're getting to a point where you are ready to release this for good, because you understand that it's all it does is cause further drainage, right? It doesn't allow you to move on. It doesn't allow you to get back into your power if you're constantly tied to the energies of what occurred in the past. In regards to your feelings, you have the Three of Swords in reverse, or more air energy. So this is the heartbreak I was talking about, right? You're still feeling the lingering effects of it, but slowly but surely you are healing your heart space, and you are getting to a point where you want to free yourself, okay? You no longer want to be bound to, you know, the negative thoughts, the negative feelings associated with whatever took place, right? You're trying to free yourself from that. So you're slowly but surely getting there. That's the important thing. The fact that this is in reverse is good. It means that while there's still work to be done, you're still having to, you know, look at this from various perspectives and rationalize your feelings, which is not easy by any means. You're getting there, right? It's a process, and you're taking steps, but you are moving forward slowly but surely. It's just, it doesn't feel like it to you yet, but you're aware that you are slowly releasing this, okay? In regards to what's crowning you at this time, you have the Six of Pentacles, so more earth energy, right? So this is it. What you're not realizing is that this experience that you're having is allowing you to ground yourself again, to, place value in the things that are aligned with the higher frequencies, the positive things, right? And not feed time and energy and resources into the things that are only going to bring you sadness, pain, that's only destructive to you, right? So it's helping you to create this sense of balance, to be able to assess what is healthy for you and what is not, what can be nurtured into something beautiful, or something that's only going to wither and die before it even gets to that point, right? So it's really helping you to bring that into your awareness and better assess those situations, so you don't find yourself in the same circumstances, repeating the same cycles with the same types of people, right? You're moving beyond this, you're transcending this experience. But this is the final part of integrating the experience, right? You're still coming to a place of acceptance. And then you'll be able to fully integrate the experience, gain that wisdom that is needed, and move forward. In regards to your advice here, you have the Devil in reverse of Capricorn energy. You could be dealing with a Capricorn in regards to this situation. But either way, I feel like with this being in the position of advice, it's like allowing you to see clearly where the illusions lie, right? It's like, okay, you're slowly coming into your awareness where you may have been overlooking key things that were clearly red signals, red flags. You may have been overlooking things because you had this vision of what you wanted in your mind so passionately and so strongly that you weren't willing to look at the things that were clearly telling you otherwise, that this wasn't it, that this wasn't the right time, or this wasn't the right situation for what it is you were looking for, right? But in other ways, while it wasn't right in some ways, it was exactly what you needed in others, because it's bringing this awareness, right? This experience has brought awareness to these certain pitfalls, right? So it's being able to look at it from a new perspective, rather than seeing it as something that was just horrific and, a difficult experience, and that, no good can come from it, right? Trying to look at it as a positive, that actually it taught you a lot about yourself, about your connections, about the things you want in your life, what your dream looks like, right? What it is that you're trying to transcend and align to, rather than what it is that focusing on what it is that was negative and, being afraid of that repeats, right? In regards to your external influences at this time, you have the Ten of Pentacles in reverse, some more earth energy. So yeah, I feel like a lot of people surrounding you at this time are going through their own introspective work, okay? They're having to address certain patterns that they find themselves in, right? Certain situations that they keep navigating over and over that, in some ways do bring them success, and in other situations, the patterns that bring their pitfalls, right? That brings them into lower frequencies. So everyone's having to assess this at this time, like I was saying, everyone's having to do that kind of work across the board. It's just going to manifest in different ways for different people, depending on the circumstances, right? And what those pitfalls are. So I think it's in your awareness that everyone's got to do their own work, that everyone's got their baggage, and there's things that everyone needs to release, because there's a lot of previous cycles that are coming to a close, right? So I think that kind of gives you some comfort as well, because you're able to see that and you energetically feel that, Virgo. I think that brings you some comfort, knowing that you're not the only one going through this process, and that if you were to open up to those closest to you about how you've been feeling, they would understand where you're coming from, right? So I think that also gives you a little bit more strength to move forward and do what is necessary to end this cycle for good. So in regards to I believe your fears at this time, you have the Nine of Swords in reverse. So I think you're afraid that while it's important to let go, to move forward, to not carry the stress and anxiety, the negative feelings that were invoked by this situation, right? I think a part of you is afraid to release it, because even though you know it's in your best interest to release this energy, to free yourself of anything that's toxic, that's bringing your energy down, that's plaguing your mind, that's affecting your physical health as well. I think there is some fear around releasing either the person that's connected to this situation, or releasing all aspects of this situation, because there's something that you're afraid of losing, I feel, even though you want to rid yourself of this energy more than anything. So we'll see what that is when we clarify. In regards to your hopes, you have the Ten of Swords. So it's interesting how you have the Nine of Swords in reverse in your fears, and the Ten of Swords in the upright in your hopes. So you do want to free yourself, as I was saying. You want to release yourself of this, because there's no more that you can go through it with, right? Like, you've experienced pain on so many levels within this connection, within this situation, whatever the circumstances where you were navigating. You feel like there's nothing more I can go through with this situation. Every negative feeling you can feel, I've felt it, and I don't want it anymore. Like, I just need to get these swords out of my back, I'm done being stabbed in the back. I'm done with just being fucked over, essentially. I'm done with being treated less than I deserve, and I need to move forward. And then finally, in the position of your possible outcome, you have the Star card, okay? So Aquarius energy could be dealing with an Aquarius. But either way, it's like saying, this is what I want, right? So the possible outcome of going through this deep inner healing, right? This deep process of coming to a place of acceptance and release of all attachment to this situation, it's going to allow you to move towards what it is you truly want, what your ultimate vision is, okay? Your wish fulfillment, your dream, the changes you wish to see manifest into your reality, right? It will allow you to tap into that energy, so you'll start to see changes unfold, right before your very eyes. I feel like in that case, it will just happen organically. As soon as you shift out of this, you're just going to start to see a series of manifestations, and you're going to be like, holy shit, like, I didn't even do anything yet, and look at all these changes that are happening. That's the power of you shifting out of one energy and into something far more abundant and high frequency, of a higher frequency, right? That's how powerful our energy field is. We forget that we're electrical beings. So of course, the energy we emit, the power we supply ourselves is everything, right? Okay. So let's go into the clarifications now. So far, it's pretty clear what's taking place here and what needs to occur in order to help you with this. Of course, this is if the reading applies to yourself. It's going to be different for different people. So if this doesn't resonate for you, that's fine. Take a look at your other placements, and maybe one of the other videos will be more fitting. Don't try and force it. But if this does apply, definitely watch on, because we'll be able to see if there's any more clarification we can get as to the situation itself, the kind of people you're dealing with that's attached to this, any other messages that can help you resolve this for good. So let's have a look. Why am I not surprised? That's the first card that came up. Wow, okay. Interesting. This is a very important reading for those of you this applies to. This is getting you completely out of that low energy and, lower frequency, and straight up towards the energy that's more aligned to your higher self, your true self. So very, very important reading for you guys. For those of you it applies for. Ooh. I love that when a card comes up and it just flies across the room, like, nope, we are not taking it that way. It needs to be in the upright, or it needs to be in the reverse. I'm like, okay, fair enough. Because cards do that, especially jumping cards, right? If it wants to come up a certain way, it will come up a certain way, even if it has to somersault in the air 10 times. Like, that's what will happen. Okay. Get the final cards. And the last. Okay, I'll take, no, that's too many, it's way too many. Okay, fine. All right, so Virgo, in regards to the Two of Wands in reverse here, you have the Wheel of Fortune again, and you have the Six of Cups. So definitely, as I said, whatever this past situation was that really took the wind out of your sails, that made you feel powerless, that made you feel like you couldn't stand on your own 2 feet again, the climb up would just be too much, it would be too high. That's changing, okay? This person or this situation will be revisited in the month of June, okay? Some aspect of it is coming back into your awareness in order to get things moving, get the wheel turning in your favor again, okay? Releasing all of this toxicity, resolving any lingering energies from the past that needs releasing and healing, you know, resolving any conflicts that were never truly, you know, concluded, right? No resolution. That's being changed, okay? So that you can move towards the energies of a higher frequency, right? And really tap into more abundance and what it is that's going to bring you into a higher state of being, right? So very positive. And I feel like you're getting a lot of spiritual support through this process as well, right? And I feel like with the snake being present, I feel like your chakras are going to start feeling a change in energy as well. You're going to feel certain shifts in your energy centers within your body. So pay attention to that. When you feel like a part of you is resonating, when you feel like a pulsating in a certain part of your body, pay attention to that and see what the corresponding chakra is and what that means to you, okay? Because that's showing that the process is taking place. So in regards to the position of your challenge, the Sun of Swords here, you have the Two of Swords in reverse and the Six of Cups. No, sorry, not the Six of Cups, we just said that. Seven of Cups. So we're going from the 6 to the 7. So once you're able to get back up on your feet, take action, start looking at things from a new perspective, letting go of these feelings of having to make a decision on whether to, you know, try and fix the situation or wait for this person or that person to resolve it. When you just free yourself of that and move towards exploring possibilities of what it is you actually want, that's when you're going to feel another shift, right, in your energy field. That's when you're going to start to see possibilities open up to you. And I feel like when it comes to this situation from the past, this is not something that needs to be initiated by yourself. This is coming back regardless. So either a person that's tied to that situation will reach out to you, or some elements of that situation will play out in your reality, right? So there may be a situation linked to that will come about, right? And that will allow you to explore what it is that you want to do moving forward, what's going to bring you happiness, what's aligned to your vision and what's not, okay? So in regards to your recent past, the Five of Pentacles here, you have the Three of Wands and you have the Page of Wands, so fire energy. Could be a Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries that's attached to these feelings of loss and betrayal, right? So either way, I feel like, yeah, I think while you've been feeling kind of abandoned and waiting for something to come in or someone to come in to offer up an apology and speak freely and passionately what it is that they want moving forward, and to really express their passion towards you in some way, or trying to at least reconcile, find a way to communicate in a new way that's going to be healthy and positive. I feel like you're getting to the point now where you realize that that's not something worth waiting on, that you need to focus on what you can do moving forward. And then once you stop paying attention to waiting for this apology, waiting for this expression of passion to come in, that's when this person is actually going to turn up. As soon as you stop waiting on that, that's when the person or the situation is going to come back, pretty much. In regards to your near future, the Wheel of Fortune here. So you have the Wheel of Fortune twice. That's a very positive omen. That's saying things are changing very, very quickly in the month of June, right? As soon as you can get yourself up again, boom, everything changes. So clarifying that, you have the Knight of Swords again. So more confirmation that things, things are moving swiftly, right? And you also have the World in reverse. So yeah, I feel like while you're entering a new cycle, I feel like the situation with this person or this circumstance that you navigated isn't over. That a part of this new cycle is a new way of dealing with this situation, right? Or a new set of circumstances that are brought about from what takes place after to resolve this situation, okay? So it might be that this person will move very passionately, very quickly towards communicating or doing a gesture, right? To show that they're not willing to release this connection, they're not willing to let you go, right? As much as you thought they had released you, as much as you thought that, you were being let go in some way, whether it's through a job, a relationship, a family connection, a friendship, this person will come in pretty swiftly to tell you that that's not the case, that they want to resolve and heal it, that they want to start afresh, a new cycle with you, right? Interesting. And in regards to your feelings with the Three of Swords in reverse here, you have the Magician and you have the Four of Wands. So yeah, while you're slowly coming to a place of resolve and you're trying to free yourself from the pain of the past, as I said, you're still healing on a deep level, okay? Your heart space is still going through a lot of healing work at this time. You are manifesting these changes. You are manifesting detachment, right? That's what I'm getting with this combination. You are manifesting the detachment from this person or this circumstance, because you understand that that's the thing that's holding you back. Your attachment to what was, what happened, this person, your vision of how things would play out. You're releasing yourself through that by manifesting the detachment. You are detaching yourself from it for good. And in that way, boom, a new beginning begins. A new beginning begins. You get what I'm saying? But a new cycle begins, and then that's when, boom, this person turns up and they're trying to create a new beginning with you. Interesting. You see how that plays out, right? As soon as you alchemize that feeling of needing to hold on and you release yourself, you free yourself of that in self-imposed prison, and you release this connection, you release this person then feels it energetically, and they feel like they can now come in and speak and act and demonstrate that they want a whole new beginning with you. Interesting. So in regards to what's crowning you, the Six of Pentacles, so what's within your power to affect, the energy surrounding this, you have the Eight of Cups in reverse, and you have the King of Pentacles in reverse. So more of your energy, as well as Taurus and I was going to say Virgo then, Taurus and Capricorn. So yeah, this is allowing you to create stability and balance in a new and profound way. And I feel like from there, you won't have to, I feel like this is something that's kind of just happening organically, right? That as soon as as soon as you're able to detach from this situation, and that, you start really coming back into your energy field, your true energy field, start tapping into the frequency of your higher self, you'll realize that there's no need to go off and, go into hermit mode, essentially, which is your energy, right? That's definitely Virgo energy. But I feel like you won't feel the need to go off and do the introspective work, because you're already doing it. You've already been doing it, right? What you'll need to focus on at that point is how you can get yourself fully back into your power. because the introspective work is already at play here, and it's helping you to create this equilibrium, right, with your connections, in your energy field, in your circumstances that are playing out in your reality, because that's mirroring what's going on inside yourself, right? So until you bring yourself into this energy, you know, within yourself, you're still going to feel like there's still more work to be done. I still need to do more, right? But it's a process. It's something that's taking place organically as you confront and free yourself from your demons, right? So speaking of demons, in the position of your advice, the devil in reverse, you have the Knight of Cups in reverse and the Seven of Swords in reverse. So yeah, you understanding that this is something that's actually going to serve you in the long run, that while there was aspects of it that was toxic, it wasn't all that you thought that it was, right? That maybe the deception that you thought was at play, you know, the betrayal, the lies, the cheating, the backstabbing, right, isn't what you thought it was. It had nothing to do with you as a person or what you brought to the table, or whether or not this person had any feelings for you or any care, compassion, understanding, right? Empathy, nothing like that. That actually it was something that they needed to confront within themselves. It was just being mirrored, right, in your connection, in your situation. So that's something you need to be aware of, that it's not a reflection on you, that it was something within them that needed addressing and healing, right? I just want to see if I can get one more card for this that might help you with that. Yeah. Two of Wands, right? They were seeking answers outside of themselves when the answer was within. So they were using you as, like, you see this card as well, right? So this is them looking out, you know, thinking that, oh, maybe I can heal myself, maybe I can free myself, maybe I'll have everything that I want when I find the perfect connection. So when they came across you, they're like, this is it, this is what I want, this is going to bring me everything, this is going to fix me. And it didn't, right? It just manifested the things within themselves that hadn't been addressed or healed, right? So they're coming to that realization, and that's why this situation partially played out, because this person's realizing where, you know, the shadow elements were coming into play, where things that were in the subconscious, things that were hidden or things that didn't want to be addressed were coming to the surface. And they probably triggered this process within you as well. So you're having to do that also. Hence all of this going on here. So in regards to your external influences, the 10 of Pentacles in reverse here. You have the Death card, Scorpio energy, could be dealing with a Scorpio. And you have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. So yeah, like I said, I feel like there's several people surrounding you at this time knows that they have to put something to bed as well. Certain attachments, certain ways of doing things, toxic thought processes, toxic behaviors, you know, fixations, addictions, anything of that sort, right? Anything that comes from a place of selfishness, right? Anything of that kind of frequency is being addressed now, and they're putting it to bed. And they know that until that happens, until that process is completed, they cannot accept anything, any new opportunities that are trying to come in, anything that's going to help create this new paradigm that they're walking into, right? This has to take place first, and that's what's happening. So you're seeing, right, that others around you are going through their own process of this in different ways, different circumstances, right? But you're understanding that that's what's taking place. And that, I think, is giving you the encouragement and the strength. Like, obviously that's coming from yourself, but I think it gives you that boost to do that work as well, to keep moving forward on this path. So in regards to your fears, the 9 of Swords in reverse, you have the Temperance card, Sagittarius energy, could be relevant. And you have the High Priestess in reverse, Pisces energy. Yeah, I feel like, yeah. You are alchemizing these feelings, right? Where you were feeling a strong attachment, you're becoming detached. Where you felt like you didn't have the strength to pick yourself up, you're standing firm, right? This is the alchemization process that's taking place, and you're being spiritually supported through that process, right? For sure. There's no doubt of that in my mind at all. What you're finding it hard though is that by doing that, there's certain things, as I said, from the past that's coming to your awareness, and that means you are now having to vocalize things that you didn't want to express. You're having to put things out there in a way that makes you feel uncomfortable, things that maybe you didn't even want to admit to yourself in the past, right? But you're having to express that, and no matter how difficult it is, because that's what's going to help free you from the situation. So when certain people come back, because I feel like certain people will, but when certain people come back, you're going to have to speak up. You're going to have to express what you know intuitively to be right, to be the truth of the matter, right? That needed to be expressed for some time now, right? You're no longer going to sit back and watch how things play out. You can't do that. You have to take action yourself. So you're going to be speaking your truth on certain matters, right? Because you know that this is coming through clearly, right? Through your mind and in your heart space. And by speaking up, that's going to help you with this process. In regards to your hopes, the 10 of Swords here, you have the 6 of Pentacles again, so 2 6s there. And you have the Hierophant, Taurus energy. You could very well have Taurus in your chart. You could be dealing with a Taurus. Either way, especially with that King of Pentacles there as well, and the Ace of Pentacles. You know, could very well be dealing with a Taurus. Either way, I feel like you know that while this process will serve you in your highest good in the long run, it's going to give you the wisdom, the clarity to not fall into these kind of situations again, to know when something's good for you and when it's not, when attachment can cause issues, right? And I feel like what you're hoping is that through this experience, through being able to release it, you know, and move forward, that you are going to come back into a place of alignment, spiritually speaking, that you're going to be realigned with, you know, the source, the energy fields of your higher self, right? That your ego is going to right, alchemize all of the pain, all the difficult experience, right? And understand that it's in your best interest, that it's serving your highest good, and that it's going to bring you back into alignment with, you know, yourself, and your shadow will be in perfect equilibrium. And then you'll be in a better position to advise and assist people who are going through that process also. That you'll be able to be a living example of how you can free yourself from those energies, right? Because you have that caring nature about you, Virgo. You like to help others. You like to show others that it can be done, right? So you're going to be a living example of that, you know, and people are going to find you to be inspiring, right? Inspirational. So you may even share your story actually in some format or another to help others. Okay, and then finally, in regards to your current your potential outcome, the Star, which I love here. You excuse me, you have the Hanged Man in reverse, and you have the 5 Cups in reverse. Awesome. So you have 2 5s here as well. So the numbers 666 and 555 could be very important for you this time. I don't doubt it, because this is all about deep-rooted healing within the spirit and the body, the mind and the heart space, and, you know, your reality being completely shifted and reshaped as a result of that. So I'm not surprised those numbers are coming up for you, but take a look at that in regards to numerology, right? But either way, I feel like what is being expressed here is that where you were suddenly seeing lack, where you were seeing loss, where you were seeing betrayal, where you were seeing hurt, devastation, you're going to turn that around with this whole new perspective that you have, this new awareness, and getting to this clarity, this space of acceptance. You're going to see possibilities. You're going to see learning, understanding, wisdom, right? You're going to see New doorways open up. You're going to see the people that are very positive towards you, that are very compassionate, empathetic, loving, right? And you're going to be grateful for that. And that's going to spur you on towards going after what it is that you truly want. You know, maintaining the connections that do bring out the best in you, that rather than bringing you down, right? So you're going to do like a complete 360 out of this situation, I feel like, you know, which is great. I love that for you, Virgo. I know you've been through it. It's not been easy for you, but you are finally starting to see things turn around in the month of June, right? You're going through the last part of this process, right? And then as a result, you're going to see things differently. You're going to see things more clearly, right? And you're not going to be tied to the situation anymore. You're going to finally feel like you are freeing yourself, okay, from this connection, from this situation. So I hope this helps you. Do let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you found it useful, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please do. And yeah, I don't doubt that some element of this in one form or another will come up in your shadow work reading when we look at that in a couple of weeks' time or so. I think it's like in a week and a half's time. So do look out for that. But in the meantime, sending you lots of love, encouragement, strength. You've got this. You can do this. You're already doing it. So keep going. And I will speak to you very soon. Bye.